In One Life to Live, a killer's out to stop the wedding.
Well, listen, please, drive carefully coming over here, all right?
Don't be nervous. It'll all be over before you know it.
And on the edge of night,
it was the most humiliating thing I've ever been through.
A hypocrite like Kavanaugh has to be punished.
Miles becomes the object of a vicious vendetta. One Life to Live, the edge of night. Weekdays.
Thursday, Henry's baby gets switched.
We got problems.
Too close for comfort.
What a world.
Then it's true love.
I'm beginning to feel nauseous.
On It Takes Two. Then
Action!
2020 goes behind the scenes of Heart to Hearts.
Terrific show.
And for the first time, Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers reveal new insights about their personal tragedies.
Join us tonight, starting at 9, 8 Central and Mountain on ABC.
The People's Court today at 4:30.
Oh, don't let that be an emergency. I don't think I can handle it.
Oh, don't worry about it, honey. I'll get it. I'll play night nurse. Hello, Dr. Kavanaugh's office?
Hello, this is Tammy Dryden. Is Dr. Kavanaugh there?
No, I'm sorry. He's not available at the moment. May I take a message?
Well, I was with him earlier tonight.
Yes, I know.
Anyway, he asked me to call him back with the time and place, so tell him my apartment tomorrow night at 8 o'clock.
Well, sure, I'll give him that message. Just in case you think you're speaking to Dr. Kavanaugh's nurse, you are very much mistaken. This is his wife.
Who is that?
That, my dear, was Tammy.
Tammy Dryden?
Yes, your friend from the Claremont. Well, and isn't that a coincidence that she would be looking for Barbara's job on the very night when you fired Barbara?
I don't think one had anything to do with the other. You gonna tell me why she called?
Oh, she just wanted to leave a message. Sure you want to hear it?
Why shouldn't I be?
Okay. You asked for it. She wanted to confirm your appointment with her for tomorrow night.
She what?
She said that you wanted her to call you back with the time and place, so that's what she was doing. Here, you might want to write this down. It's tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, her apartment. I'm sorry that I don't have her address. I assume you do.
Is this a joke?
That's what I get for playing night nurse.
Wait a minute, I'm a little too tired to appreciate this kind of humor, so,
No, I simply recorded the message. No jokes, nothing
well,
else.
The message is
nothing.
ridiculous. I never told Tammy to call me back. As a matter of fact, I suggested as politely as I could that she not call on me again.
Why? Why should it matter to you if it's so insignificant to you?
It's just that we haven't even seen each other since the Claremont.
Oh, well, maybe she heard about Barbara being fired, and that's why she wants to see you to discuss the job.
She left the office an hour before I fired Barbara, so she could know a thing about it. The whole message is totally false, and I got the feeling it's very malicious.
Oh, honey, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it? How could I not worry? Listen, did she know who she was talking to? I mean, did you identify yourself?
Yes, after she gave me the message.
And you believed the message?
No, I didn't believe the message. I'm sure she was just angry because you didn't hire her, and so this was her way of getting revenge.
That's exactly what I think it must be.
But you knew her at the Claremont, didn't you? I mean, you knew her very well.
Yes, in another lifetime, before you came along.
Miles, did you have an affair with her?
Is it that important for you to know?
Of course it isn't.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Puritan Oil. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win. And by Oxidol. Oxidol bleaches as it washes. For whites so white, they'll actually compare to new.
If you wash this dirty shirt once, would it look as white as this new shirt?
No, it would not look as white. I cannot get things that dirty, that clean in one wash.
Catherine Scott washed that dirty shirt in Oxidol with bleaching crystals. Now, can she pick out the Oxidol shirt from new shirts, rinsed once but never worn?
The shirts are all white and clean. There aren't any dirty ones here. I can't find it.
It's right here. That is your shirt.
I can't believe this. Well, I feel like I want to try Oxidol. I'd say Oxidol performed a miracle. It got a very, very soiled shirt clean in one wash.
Try Oxidol with bleaching crystals for a white that compares to new.
Numbers, on occasion, speak louder than words. These figures dramatize the results of a university study in which serum cholesterol was reduced, an average of 9.6% in 3 weeks. 43 families took part. They cut down on cholesterol and saturated fats, and they ate more fish, chicken, and vegetables. For cooking, they all used Puritan because it's low in saturated fats with no cholesterol. Your assignment is to try it. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win.
Oh, boy, what a night. It was fabulous.
Very entertaining, yes.
I'll tell you, there's nothing more exciting than an opening night followed by a fabulous party.
Well, if tonight is any indication, it looks like the Whitney Theater is going to be a big success.
Did you like the play?
Yes, very much, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I lost my concentration in a couple of places, though.
I noticed.
Didn't you?
Oh, no, I enjoyed it thoroughly. As a matter of fact, I only crossed my legs once during each act.
What does that mean?
It means the play is a hit. You see, if I cross them more than once during an act, it means I'm restless and bored, and the play invariably is a flop.
That is very eccentric.
Perhaps. But I'll bet that's the same measuring stick the critics use.
Well, I thought Janie Walker was fabulous.
Oh, yes, she was splendid. As a matter of fact, I liked all the performances. But I must tell you, Raven, the performances on stage couldn't hold a candle to your performance off stage. You know, there were times when I could hardly stop myself from breaking into applause, but I didn't want to spoil your act.
Whatever do you mean?
You know perfectly well what I mean. Nothing in this world seems to make you happier than having two men on a string playing one against the other like little marionettes.
I did nothing of the sort. I only had one escort, Ian Devereaux. Schuyler Whitney had his own companion, and it's not my fault if he looked bored all night.
Now you sound like a 6-year-old. You know something, my girl? I can't wait until you're 7. That's supposed to be the age of reason.
All right, come on. What did you expect me to do?
Exactly what you did, so I wasn't disappointed. You proceeded to upset all 3 of them. Ian, Schuyler, and Valerie Bryson, with that blatant flirtatiousness. Really. Never seen such a display of fluttering false eyelashes in my life. Like awnings flapping in a high wind.
Oh, Geraldine, you're exaggerating again.
Not in the least. Subtlety is not your strong point, my dear. When are you going to stop playing games with people's affections?
Never. Not until I get what I want.
Yeah. I wish I could understand the rules by which you play your games, Raven. But to me, they're as baffling as cricket. And I have the feeling they're not cricket.
Look, everybody has to make his own rules. So I have mine. Just so happens that Schuyler Whitney is madly in love with me, so much so that he insisted that I never see Ian Devereaux again.
And you are unwilling to make that sacrifice?
Yes, because he's unwilling to make a sacrifice. He insisted on taking Valerie Bryson to the opening. So, if he breaks the rules, so can I. Which means that I'm going to go right on seeing Ian Devereaux as much as I want.
Camilla? Camilla! Camilla, would you come down here for a minute? Camilla!
I'm coming, for heaven's sake. Ian, where are you making all this racket? I'm just going to sleep, and suddenly I hear you shouting the house down.
Look, Camilla.
Oh, listen, what happened to you tonight? Didn't you have a good time?
Yes, of course I did. Everything was fine until I got home, walked through the door, and found that the door was unlocked.
Oh, that?
What do you mean, oh, that? I thought I asked you repeatedly to lock the door behind you when you left.
If you're so worried about your little undercover secrets, why keep them in the study? Why don't you put them on microfilm? Hide them in the heel of your shoe like any proper spy.
I also thought I asked you not to use that absurdly melodramatic term.
What would you suggest I call you?
I am an observer. That's what I am, an objective observer.
And what do you observe, Ian?
But that's none of your damn business.
Ooh, we are touchy tonight, aren't we? What happened at the theater? Was the play a bore? Or was it that lady you escorted? What's her name?
No, the play wasn't a bore. As a matter of fact, it was quite entertaining. And Raven Alexander is the name you're groping for.
Oh, yes, Raven. Such an odd name.
Yes, the Sky threw quite a good party afterwards.
I know. I tried to get myself invited without success since you were so reluctant to give me a ticket to the theater.
It wasn't that I was reluctant. There was no ticket to be had. It was sold out weeks in advance. I couldn't have got you standing room if I tried.
It's just as well I wouldn't stand to see the parting of the Red Sea with the original cast.
Ha, bloody ha. You wouldn't have enjoyed it anyway.
Let's see. You liked the play, you didn't like the evening. Why not?
I had the irritating feeling that there was something going on. Something between Raven and Sky.
Ah, bloody ha to you, too. I told you the antagonism between them was hiding something more.
Camilla, there's nothing more irritating than your I told you so.
Sorry, dear. It's just that it was patently clear to me. Didn't Schuyler escort someone tonight?
Yes. That lovely blonde girl that you met at the dinner party. Valerie Bryson.
Yes. But you say you still sensed something.
I just had the feeling there was something strange going on between them. I couldn't really tell what it was. However, that's what troubled me.
Well, I can see it troubled you. I think it's important, Ian. You know, it wouldn't have troubled you if you didn't care. Now, what is it? Is it manly ego? Or are you falling in love with Raven Alexander? Hmm?
Good night, Camilla. I only need a couple of hours by myself to do some work.
You're beginning to worry me, Ian. It always worries me when you refuse to answer my questions. Good night.
I see you brought cake, too. They're beautiful. How did you get your cake so unbelievably high?
It's new Dream Cake. I used regular cake mix.
So did I.
But to the regular cake mix, I added Dream Whip Whip topping and Jell-O brand pudding and pie filling for a cake that's higher than ordinary cake.
Scrumptiously moist. Lusciously light. I'll have Dream Cake, too.
Me too.
Next time I'll bring flowers. Or new Dream Cake.
Which would you rather serve?
New Jell-O pudding pops! New Jell-O pudding pops!
What's that, Bill Cosby?
New Jell-O pudding pops. Frozen pudding on a stick.
Mmm, good. Wow, tastes great.
That's right. And you know what else? When you eat it, your mom won't give you the old evil eye like she does with some snacks because she knows that this is made with real pudding.
New, rich, creamy-tasting Jell-O brand pudding pops. All the goodness of real Jell-O pudding frozen on a stick.
Tastes great. And no evil eye.
Darling Spencer, you can't imagine how beautiful it is here in Brittany. Everything's so lovely in the countryside, especially at this time of year. It catches at the heart. But in spite of the beauty, or maybe because of it, I can't help but wish I were with you rather than my husband. Awful thing to say, isn't it? I know I shouldn't. John Bowie is an old dear, really. Maybe that's the trouble. He's an old dear. Well, that was my choice. I suppose I'm stuck with it. But I can't wait to come back to your arms and your sweet, funny, solemn ways.
Those days are gone forever, Camilla.
Who is it?
It's Nora.
Just a moment. What do you want?
Well, your note said you wanted to see me as soon as possible. You look like you're ready for bed. I'll see you in the morning.
No, this won't take but a moment, Nora. Come in.
Why, Mr. Varney, you're not going to compromise me, are you?
That is the last thing in the world you have to worry about, Nora.
I was joking. Listen, I'm tired. Could we make this fast?
Sure. You're fired.
I'm not accepting that from you. I'll have to hear that from Mr. Whitney first.
You'd only be wasting your time, Nora. I'm authorized by Mr. Whitney to fire you as soon as I found a replacement, and I have. She's coming by tomorrow for an interview.
It's a little premature, isn't it? What if she's not satisfactory?
Well, I'll see to it that she is. If she can count from 1 to 10 in English, Nora, and if she can answer the phone and take a message and keep breathing, I'm going to hire her. Now, there's very little doubt that Mr. Whitney will approve of what I'm doing, so why don't you start packing tonight?
You're so damn smug, aren't you?
Now, you be careful. Watch your mouth and be very nice, because I can make sure that Gunther takes you to the bus stop tomorrow.
Before you do anything, I suggest you consider very carefully the consequences of getting rid of me.
The consequences?
Yes, for you and for Mr. Whitney.
Nora, if you weren't so laughable, I'd think you were threatening me. Thank you for the laugh. Now get out of here.
Not so fast. When you hear the magic words I have to say, you'll be laughing out of the other side of your mouth. The magic words are Whitney Machine Tool Company.
What did you say?
I see I've grabbed your attention. I'm very happy to see that. Because you and your employer really should sit up and take notice. I mean, especially since he's so close to a public scandal.
Now, you listen.
Do you really think the new owner of a government-licensed TV station would like that same government to find out that he violated federal law, bribing the officials of a foreign government? Or was it more than one government? I don't think he'd appreciate it, but listen, Spencer, sleep on it, okay?
Now, you wait a minute. Listen, you barracuda. I'm sure that you've been peeping through keyholes again, but I can tell you something, and I can straighten you right out. You have all of your facts very wrong, Nora.
Fire me. We'll find out.
How old am I? I'm 25. So am I.
One of these swimmers is not 25, but 34. She's Mary Lou Kenworthy, mother of 2. Can you pick her out? They both look so young. But let's see their hands. They look young, too.
I think my hands need as much care as the rest of me, so they deserve Ivory liquid for dishes. The name Ivory has always meant mildness to me, and I know I can trust it to treat my hands gently. I love the feel of the rich, mild suds. They help my hands stay young-looking, even with all the dishes I do.
That's right. Lab tests show Ivory is mildest of all leading dishwashing liquids. Still can't tell who's 34?
It's me, Mary Lou. I'm 34.
Well, you sure look young.
Thanks. I think swimming helps.
And what helps your hands look so young?
My hands? Oh, Ivory liquid. The mildness helps a lot. I'd never use anything else.
Mild Ivory liquid helps hands look young.
It's so easy to catch someone's eye, and so easy to lose it. It's so easy to get their attention, and so easy to lose it.
Why let the itch of dandruff be what they notice when it's so easy to control with Head & Shoulders? Head & Shoulders leaves your hair soft, shiny, captivatingly clean. Lose that itch and keep their attention with Head & Shoulders.
It's so easy.
Charles, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to revive painful memories I know you'd rather forget.
Such a rotten period in my life, Nicole. You know, somebody once said it's not so much the things that happen to you as how you handle the things that happen to you. Well, I wasn't handling things too well back then. I was very much into self-indulgence and self-pity. I began not to like myself. Straight downhill. Till I met you.
You're being too hard on yourself.
You know, I married Denise out of gratitude, not from love. Because she put me through medical school. I thought it was the nice thing to do. Big mistake. Number 1, wrong marriage for the wrong reasons. We both suffered for it.
Well, she made you suffer. I witnessed that firsthand.
Well, I put up with it because I thought I owed it to her. Big mistake. Number 2, when the load became too heavy to carry, then I began traveling other roads. I Did anything to get away from Denise. Any port in a storm. Look, I never lied to you about this, but I never told you much about it either.
It is all in the past. It is not important.
Can you tell me the truth about something? When you were at the Claremont, didn't you ever hear any rumors about me, how I was conducting my life, about all of the other women, the short-lived, unhappy affairs I was going through?
And Tammy Dryden was one of them.
They were all diversions, you know, that keep me away from Denise's insanities, from her possessiveness, from her hysterical scenes. It's not a very attractive picture of me, is it?
No, but it's understandable.
Oh, what are you gonna do, make excuses for me now?
Of course I am. I love you. Now let's just stop dealing with the past, okay?
You're right, it's depressing, isn't it?
Yes. That was just a very difficult time in your life, but it's over and you learned from it. So just chalk it up to experience and let's move on. I also know what's bothering you besides the fact that you're tired.
What's that?
You're upset because you fired Barbara and now you don't have a nurse to make your life bearable. Well, you can stop worrying because I'm going to help you choose one. So I can make sure it's not Tammy Dryden.
What would I do without you? I need you so much. I love you with all my soul.
Raven, I don't know why I keep belaboring this subject, but I'm going to again, even though I know it's a waste of time.
What?
You know, you have the attention span of a puppy. I'll give you a quarter if you stop looking in that mirror and come and sit down.
Sure.
In any case, you're going to bed shortly, presumably alone. So what difference does it make what you look like?
Well, I was thinking about my hair. It needs a condition treatment.
Oh, you and I are discussing an important, serious subject that has to do with your future, the lives of a number of other people, and my sanity, and all you can think about at this moment is your hair.
All right. You have my utmost attention.
We'll take notes, will you? You're apt to forget.
What'd you say?
Oh. I am going to try one more time. Now, see here. I know you think I am something left over from the Trojan Wars. But just because I am a generation away from yours doesn't mean that I am not aware of a lot of things. I know more about relationships between men and women, Raven, than you might think. I've been your age, believe it or not, and I was never averse, nor am I now, to playing games with an attractive man.
Why, you old flirt, even when you were married?
No comment. In any case, the point is this. If you play the game for its own sake, for the fun of it, all right, that's harmless. But you can't play Russian roulette with people's emotions to the point where you wound, damage, and destroy. If you insist on playing that reckless game, my dear, in the end, you'll pay a price higher than you can afford.
I'm not playing a game for the fun of it. I'm playing for a goal.
Oh, yes, unfortunately. And that goal is to be Mrs. Schuyler Whitney. Raven, for once in your life, be honest with me and with yourself. Tell me truthfully what it is you really want. The name, the fortune, or the man?
I want Schuyler. I don't want him for his name. I don't want him for his money. I happen to be in love with him.
You know, for the first time, I think you're serious.
I think it started the last time he was here. We had this huge argument, and then I slapped him really hard. Then he kissed me really hard. For a moment, I hated him. And then all of a sudden, I was in love with him.
Hello. Oh, yes, my dear. No, it's all right. She's right here. Just a moment. Nancy Carr. I'm going to bed, Raven. I'm really very tired.
Aren't you going to give me any more lectures?
No. You've had enough attention for one evening.
Yes, Nancy.
Raven, I hope I'm not calling too late.
No, Geraldine and I were up talking.
Oh, I see. Well, we hardly had a chance to talk at the party. I'm sure you know that we were so surprised when we saw you arrive with the Endeavoro, especially.
Since you said that you weren't going to see him anymore.
Yes, I changed my mind.
Well, does that mean that you might change your mind about helping Mr. Cameron and his friends?
like the crust made by dear old Mom.
Now you've got it. New Pillsbury Already Pie Crust. Fresh refrigerated dough you just unfold. Already rolled and shaped. All ready to use.
Looks like yours, Mom.
Lakey is yours, Mom.
Taste as good as yours, Mom, but a whole lot easier.
It's just like the crust made by dear old Mom.
New Pillsbury Already Pie Crust in the dairy case.
How many toy companies would dare to make this offer? A guarantee of fun, long-lasting fun with Playmobil. If after 30 days, your kids aren't still playing with Playmobil more than any other toy, just send us the original package, contents, and dated sales slip within 90 days of purchase, and we'll send your money back. We are that sure that once your kids start playing with Playmobil, they'll go right on playing. And playing. Playmobil, guaranteed fun, or your money back.
In the beginning, there were saints, and then there were sinners. And where there's saints and sinners, there's conflict.
Watch your favorite saints and sinners from daytime's most popular soaps battle it out on the special Family Feud all this week.
Will good triumph over evil?
Nancy, I'm not even sure I'm going to continue to see Ian. For one thing, it's not totally up to me. I mean, the man does have a certain amount to say about it. Well, Raven, I think I've known you long enough to say that if you really wanted to continue seeing the man, you would find a way. Well, maybe, but that doesn't mean I want to do what you want me to do. Oh, Raven, please, I wish I could impress upon you how important it is to get through to him. If the situation is much more desperate than you realize. Look, Nancy, I've been thinking about this a lot, and for one thing, I think that you and Mike and Cameron and all those people in Washington are mistaken. Because I don't think Ian has anything to do with such a nasty business as... you know.
Devilo.
Pascal.
And where there is Pascal, there is death.
If there's one job I hate, it's scrubbing the toilet. And you know what? I don't do it anymore. There's this different kind of chemical system. 2,000 flushes. Keeps the water crystal clear. Keeps the bowl sparkling clean continuously for about 4 months. No rings, no streaks, no stains. Just put the container in your tank and forget it. Every time you flush, the chlorine crystals dissolve away rust and minerals before dirt rings and stains appear. 2,000 flushes keeps the bowl so sparkling clean, I don't scrub at all. And flushing sure beats brushing.
Aren't clam bakes fun, Morris?
Not if you're a clam.
Look what I'm having.
I never eat anything that walks sideways.
Here's something special for you.
Anchors away, Morris.
Don't be finicky. It's 9 Lives seafood platter.
Sea air does improve my appetite.
9 Lives nutritious seafood platter has fish, even real shrimp and crabs.
Seafood platter ahoy.
9 Lives, the unique recipes cats can't resist.
9 Lives, you're oceans apart from the rest.
Tomorrow on Good Morning America, reports from Russia on who will succeed Leonid Brezhnev, also Anne Margaret and Richard Burton. Tonight, Muriel turns the apartment into a studio for a frantic baby photo session, and little Andrew disappears in the shuffle on Too Close for Comfort.
Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers speak from the heart about their tragedies. Plus, no frills products. They're cheaper, but are they as good? And vigilantes in L.A. take the law into their own hands. Plus, is Procter & Gamble's trademark a symbol of Satan? Watch 20...
This year's Meow Makes Meow Off winner gets $50,000. Not counting commercial endorsements. See Sunday's paper and Meow Mix packages.
This is Stormfield coming up for you on the 5 o'clock Eyewitness News. The world wondering what is going to happen now that Leonid Brezhnev is dead. We'll have the latest on what his death means and who could succeed him as Soviet leader. We'll also have this.
Tylenol manufacturers are trying to make a comeback. I'm Maxine Black, and I'll have a report on how they plan to win consumer confidence.
Also, the possibility of a milk strike in our area. Roseanne continues her report, Death and Beyond. We'll have that more at 5. Join us.
Come get savings all over with coupons from Pathmark Sunday ads. Get Land O'Lakes lightly salted butter, 1 pound quarters, $1.69. Ocean Spray cranberry sauce, 1 pound can, 29 cents. Coca-Cola Diet Coke or Tab 2-liter bottle.
Want a peek at great savings? Take a look at this. The JCPenney pre-holiday sale. For your home, made-to-measure woven woods and mini blinds are 35% off. All draperies are 15 to 30% off. For your kids, 30 to 34% off warm outerwear. And all petite separates are 20% off. The pre-holiday sale. It's worth looking into at JCPenney.
Sunday at a special time. Christopher Reeve is Superman.